The 911 call came in just after midnight. Clara Hayes, a respected art dealer, was frantic. Her home ransacked, her front door shattered. She led officers through the chaos-empty spaces where paintings once hung, velvet boxes, missing heirloom jewelry, and a safe gone. Clara's story was detailed and emotional. She'd been at a client dinner, her alibi easily checked. Neighbors gathered, shocked that such a crime could happen here. The scene looked like a professional burglary, electronics ignored, only the most valuable items taken. Police documented every missing piece, every tremor in Clara's voice. The emotional toll was clear. Officers promised to do everything to catch the thieves. Clara described the sentimental value of each stolen item: a grandmother's locket, her first auction painting, her father's coin collection. On the surface, it was a tragic, open and shut case. But in criminal investigations, things are rarely as they seem. The perfect victim and the perfect crime sometimes hide the most imperfect truths. Beneath the surface, something didn't quite add up. The officers left, convinced of her innocence. But the story was just beginning. Clara Hayes was about to become the center of a case that would change the law. Within a week, Clara filed a meticulous insurance claim, over $1.2 million in losses. Every item was documented: receipts, appraisals, photos, certificates, and grading reports. The claim was flawless, the paperwork impeccable. Security footage showed masked intruders breaking in, moving with purpose, and leaving with heavy bags. The video's timestamp matched Clara's alibi. The insurance adjuster saw no reason to doubt her. Clara had been a loyal client for years, with no history of large claims. The process for a multi-million-dollar payout began, but a senior investigator, David Chen, decided to take a closer look. Something about the case felt too perfect. The evidence was overwhelming, almost suspiciously so. Chen's instincts told him to dig deeper. The real story was about to unravel. David Chen's first concern was the security footage. The thieves moved calmly, heading straight for the most valuable items, like they had a map. The chaos was staged. Drawers emptied but contents neatly stacked, jewelry untangled, paintings handled with care. The front door's damage looked artificial, more chiseled than kicked in. Forensics found inconsistencies everywhere. The paperwork, once flawless, began to crack. Some appraisals traced to a disgraced appraiser, receipts forged. Galleries denied selling Clara the listed art. The security system had been disarmed from inside minutes before the break-in, then rearmed remotely. Only someone inside could have done that. The evidence pointed to Clara herself. The perfect victim was now the prime suspect. The case shifted from tragedy to elaborate deception. Chen's team prepared to expose the truth. The investigation was just heating up. Investigators dug into Clara's finances and found a mountain of debt. Her gallery failing, her home in foreclosure. The image of a successful art dealer was a facade. Cell phone records linked Clara to two men with petty theft records, her supposed thieves. Under questioning, they confessed. Clara hired them, rehearsed the break-in, and paid them to stage the crime. Digital evidence sealed her fate. Emails, texts, and research on insurance fraud. She'd even downloaded templates for fake appraisals. The final blow, a storage unit rented under a false name, filled with every stolen item, carefully packed away. Clara hadn't lost a thing. She'd simply moved her treasures, waiting for the insurance payout. The deception was complete, the evidence undeniable. The case was no longer about a victim, but a mastermind. Clara's plan had unraveled spectacularly. The truth was out. Justice was closing in. Prosecutors hit a snag, a loophole in state insurance fraud law. The law punished fake losses, but Clara's staged crime was a gray area. She'd created a real event, just orchestrated it herself. Her lawyers argued she hadn't faked a loss, just arranged it. The prosecution's case for insurance fraud was shaky. Clara could be charged with lesser crimes, but not the full weight of fraud. The case exposed a critical flaw in the law. Public outrage grew as the loophole became clear. Lawmakers acted fast, introducing the Clara Hayes Law to close the gap. The new law covered anyone who staged or arranged a crime for fraudulent claims. It couldn't be applied retroactively to Clara, but it would prevent future cases like hers. Clara's case became the catalyst for change. The system was forced to evolve. The law finally caught up with the crime. Clara's crime was calculated, but her story revealed deeper pressures. She built her identity on success and independence, fearing the shame of failure. For many women, the pressure to maintain a perfect image is intense. Financial ruin can feel like personal collapse. Clara's desperation wasn't just about money, it was about losing her place in the world. Society often judges women's failures more harshly. The fear of being seen as incompetent or losing respect can drive desperate acts. Clara's story is a cautionary tale about the intersection of financial stress and social expectation. It highlights the need for support systems and financial literacy. Understanding these pressures can help prevent similar tragedies. Her crime was inexcusable, but the context matters. Behind the deception was a very human fear. Prevention starts with empathy and support. Insurance fraud isn't victimless. It raises premiums for everyone. When companies pay out on fake claims, honest policyholders foot the bill. Staged crimes erode trust, making it harder for real victims to get help. Investigators become more suspicious, delaying or denying legitimate claims. Police resources are wasted on fake crimes, leaving real emergencies unattended. Clara's case was a wake-up call. Her deception threatened millions in losses and wasted countless hours. The new law now sends a clear message. Staging a crime is a serious offense. Legal reform protects consumers and ensures real victims are treated fairly. Clara's story forced the system to become smarter and stronger. It's a lesson in how one act of desperation can change the law for everyone. The integrity of our systems depends on honesty and robust laws to defend it. The cost of fraud is paid by us all. The story of Clara Hayes is a warning and a call for vigilance.